Hello and welcome back to this series where I try to show you budget options for your content creation needs and desires. So we are at my test subjects system. You can go back to my previous videos to get all the details. But once again, if you're not watching this from the beginning, you should. But here we go. This is a Canon 600D, the kit lens, the 18 to 55 f3.5 to 5.6. And this is my level, my wireless level here. Go and check my previous videos for more details all about that. But today it's all about improving image quality. We have seen in the previous episodes that we do have plenty of options to get good audio for cheap. Okay, so I'm back on my wireless stuff because it's just easier for me. Go back and check it out about our wired lavalier, wireless lavalier, in-camera audio using your mobile phone, all of that. But today it's all about image quality, and today we're going to focus and we're going to focus on lowering our ISO. Okay, so right now we are at ISO 3200, which can be a little bit high for a budget camera. At the screen it looks kind of okay, but if you look around me, I'm not going to do any post processing I'm not going to change anything about on post. I just do edit basic edits to all the clips, but I will not touch anything in terms of quality. You probably see that we have some noise on the blacks. The highlights should look okay, but the blacks should look a little bit noisy with some noise, and that's what we're going to try to lower as possible. Going back to the basics, audio is king. If you can get good audio, your video is going to do great. Okay? Focus on audio first, image quality after. So audio, it's taken care of. So let's improve our image quality. So most likely you will see the blacks a little bit noisy, a little bit of noise, and that's what you're going to do, what we're going to try and improve today. We are not going to touch the lens. The lens is going to be the 18 to 55 f3.5 on the widest, 5.6 on the longest, and that's we're going to try to focus to lower our ISO as low as possible as we can for cheap. We are not going to change the lens. We're going to use other techniques. And the first technique is, since this lens is a 3.5 to 5.6, we are right now at 4.5. So you are at the middle of the range of the zoom, which means that we are at 5.6. So we need to be at ISO 3200 with the light from our window shining on me. Okay. So the goal here is to lower that ISO as low as we can get. So you can get the cleanest image possible on the highlights and on the dark locations of our picture. Okay, so in order to lower our ISO, right now you're going to use the cheapest and most available option right now, which is to go to the wide side of the lens, so you can drop the ISO. So if I go wider. So if I go wider, I'm at 3.5 right now. You can see more of my studio environment, which is fine. There's a bathroom there, live with it. Okay, so we are at 3.5, which makes me overexposed. So I need to get closer. So I'm going to edit as least as possible. I need to get closer to get, of course I'm going to get distorted because I'm at 18 millimeter. This is going to distort my face. Let me just refocus. I should be in focus. Since I'm so wide, I'm getting my face a little bit distorted. I'm looking wider than I really am. So I'm a little bit distorted, but I'm overexposed, which means I can lower the ISO quite a bit. So I'm going to do that now. You know, the least is I'm going to edit not that much, or at least as possible. So we are now at half the ISO 1600, which makes things much cleaner. Of course, on a small screen of the camera right there, everything looks fine. It's on the computer that things start to be more noticeable. Let me refocus. Okay, we are in focus. So yeah, we are at ISO 1600. So this is the lowest I can get just by using the camera resources, just by going to the wide side of my lens, because this is a zoom lens and the variable aperture lens. In terms of the wider, the more open up the lens is, The more zoomed in, the more closed up the lens is. Let me show you. I'm going to zoom in, and you're going to see the exposure getting darker. I'm at 5.6 and autofocus. I'm on the widest, and I'm at 3.5 now. So being at 3.5 means that I can ISO 1600 is actually okay. If I zoom in, I'm at 5.6, which I get really, really underexposed. But if I go to the widest and I refocus on myself, you'll see that at 1600, it's already looking cleaner. There's my website, www.ozoi.com. So I'm already looking much, much cleaner because I am at ISO 1600. So with available light and the widest aperture my lens can go, which has a consequence, which is it at the widest zoom range, which makes me at 18 millimeter, which makes my face go a little bit distorted. That's just physics working. So I am the widest, 18 millimeter. That's the widest this lens goes. And I'm pointing here because I'm seeing this on my screen. I am at aperture 3.5. So this is as open as my lens can get, okay? But it's on the widest. It distorts my face a little bit, but I can go to ISO 1600, which makes my image quality at least twice as better, and my darks are looking much, much cleaner. But you can do even better if you just use two techniques, one being another lens, another being external light sources. And this is good. This video is going to be about the lens I have. So I'm going to add an external light source so you can get that ISO even lower. Hi, I'm still here. I'm just underexposed intentionally so I can show you one of, I don't want to say A or B. This is one of the two solutions I'm going to show you, which is a cheap ring light, okay? So these ring lights are quite cheap. They cost 10 to 15 bucks, and they are just, well, mine, maybe it was a little bit too cheap. Let's see if I can focus with just so little light. But yeah, so this one isn't at full blast, and I'm at ISO 200, 3.5 aperture at the widest at 18 millimeter. So I need to increase the ISO. So let's see how much I need to increase it. Well, looks fine at ISO 800. So the light quality, I can change the temperature. So yellowish, yeah, less yellowish, whitish. Let's get this here. So I'm not going to discuss color temperature or how to or kelvins and everything. That's for another video. But it looks not half that bad. You can just reposition it, and I have the window is there still. Okay, I still having the same light, but by lowering the ISO and adding some external light source, this can be on the top of the camera, but ideally it just go over the lens like this, and it's closest to me, but it's out of frame enough so that you don't see it like this, and it's shining some light on me. So this is already a good improvement, a very good improvement. Right now I'm at ISO 800 and I'm looking okay. So cheap ring light, and you can also use this as a secondary light for some situations. I'm going to show you that further down the line in this video. It can be a support light, but I'll show you how and when. After when I show the next light source I could recommend, and it looks nice. And if I remove my glasses, you can actually see the effect of the ring light on my eyes. See? You can actually see that pretty effect that people like, especially women. So cheap ring light, go to your dollar store and get the one that's the cheapest, I guess. Of course, there are high quality ones of name brands. This is just a non-name brand one. I just bought for a support light, but yeah, it's already pretty decent, pretty good. Let me refocus. It already looks pretty great just by adding an external light source. And like this cheap ring light, and I can bring it closer. If I bring it closer and I zoom in, not bad. You can just play around with your preferences. But I like the look it has. I can go closer, so my light is even shining more on me. So you can just play around with this. It's already nice. We are as low as ISO 800, which makes the image quality much cleaner. And you'll see the better the light, the more and better light we put on our faces, the cleaner the image gets. You will see that it does not look the same camera, it does not look like the same lens when we improve the light source on ourselves and lower that ISO as low as you can get, especially on cheaper cameras like this one. If you have a high-end camera, they can handle higher ISOs more gracefully, but by going cheap on the camera, you need to play around with it, especially getting that ISO as low as you can get. And you can get around with cheap solution like this, and you can get a solution, cheap, long-lasting solution like this. Stay tuned for the next light source. So I'm going to keep this a little bit underexposed because I want to show you the next solution, which is one of these guys. This is a little bit more pro level. This is one of these projectors. Okay, they have barn doors, they have diffusers. This one is quite nice because you can. This is from Newer, not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by Newer, but if you want to sponsor me, Newer, here I am. Okay, so this model is the RGB 660. RGB 660 is a quite nice light. Okay, and I'm going to, of course, this is shining red because I use this mainly as my background light to light the background. So you can just shine this on the background and see and get a nice tone. But today, I'm going to use it to light my beautiful face. And this is what you get. Now, this is more, as you can see, it's much more powerful than the ring light will ever be, which brings us, so I can get myself fairly well lit at ISO 400. So we started off at 6400 and now we are at 400. The light is not positioned ideally. It should be more here, but I lack the space. So let's focus. As you can see, I can maybe 200 I can get away with. Let's see. 200 with a single light, I look a little bit underexposed, but maybe not. See, with some light blasting on my face, now it should be advisable to bring some light to the background, but that's for another video, not now. So I'm bringing so much light onto me that the background is now getting underexposed. You should bring some light to the background. I have lights there, but I'm not going to turn them on right now. All the environment now, it's much more cleaner. The blacks are clean. ISO 200, man. I can show you 100, but I'm looking a little bit under. So here it's where the sweet spot is, I guess. So there you go. So there you go. Let me just put the light on the floor because it's heavy. So as you can see, of course I'm dark on this side, which means you should bring some light to this side. I can use my ring light. I have it handy here. I can just connect it to the power source. Little edits, I'm not going to edit this much. And I'm going to power the ring light on. So this light here, the Newer light, it's much more powerful than this one. It's way much more. But I can use this as trying to compensate a little bit the lack of light on my left side. See, it makes difference. It kind of shines on me and gives me some depth. And this is really cheap too. So I don't remember the pricing of this Newer light. You have to search yourself. I'm not going to use the computer now. Just search for Newer light. This is an RGB light. You can buy even cheaper that are not RGB. I have those too, but I'm not going. It's just too much information. Just get some nice projector. It doesn't have to be from Newer. It can be from a named brand, but Newer makes good stuff for cheap. So just go at it. You can get a projector like this, as powerful as this, buy cheap, 60 euros, 50 euros, buy a two-piece, I guess. Go and check it out. You can actually get good results with these Newer project. I have lots of gear from Newer. It works great. So how you can, I digress. So as you can see here, we have a good setup, ISO 200, using the same lens. So I'm not going to tell you that you should use another lens as a solution or the lights as a solution. That's for my conclusions video for more ahead. But Using the same lens, just with some external powerful light sources, I can already see on my little screen that the improvement is quite impressive. I'm going to put here a sample from the beginning of this video, and then you can see, compare it with the current state of the video. So while I'll talk a little bit, I'm going to put here a sample of the video at the beginning of this video and carrying on here, so you can see the actual difference in results, and they can be quite shocking just by adding some light or by opening up the lens. And you know that in this case it's a zoom lens, so if you go to the zoom range where you can get the widest aperture, which is 3.5, you get this distortion. Okay, I have my face a little bit distorted, but I'm at 3.5 here. Okay, so I'm at the widest, but aperture is 3.5. So it's quite a nice aperture to have. 3.5 is quite nice already. But we are at the widest, so you are at 18 millimeter, 18, which is very wide. You get much of the environment, and your face may get a little bit distorted. Those are the consequences. If you want to go to more to the telephoto side, I get much darker because I'm at 5.6 now. Okay, so going back to the widest, and 18, 3.5, plenty of light on me. I can put more. I should light the background. ISO 200, and from 6400 to 200, the results get much cleaner just by blasting some light on my face. The next video is going to be to change the lens to something also cheap, but that you can get much wider apertures in a more convenient zoom range, because 18 is just it distorts your face and your facial features, which is just a consequence. But let's use a lens that distorts less, but you can get a much wider aperture than 3.5 or 5.6 at the longest. Please ask any questions in the comments below. I'm really happy to help you out, and all your questions and all your doubts so far about the video, the camera, the lenses, the mics, and all of that good stuff. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.